Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, it's been a few days since my last video. Let's get things started off right. I want to apologize a little bit. I know there's a lot of you guys and gals out there that want have me down as wanting to be friends on my site, on my channel and everything. And I apologize. I'm still learning how all this stuff works, okay? My main concern is that I get the information out to you guys, as fast as I get it. And so I'm working on that. If you'll notice, I've done a few more subscriptions to other people's channels. The reason I don't do it that fast, though, is because I check each one of you out, just like I'm sure you checked me out before you subscribe to me. You want to make sure that I'm not doing anything that's incorrect or off color. So I was up till 1 in the morning going through my emails and just trying to get, I think I'm caught up for the moment. But I just want to, throw an apology out there for any of you that think I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I'm literally just trying to keep up. First of all, secondly, I plan to get to every one of your questions. I just don't know when, so I apologize for that. And I'm sure a lot of you have, a lot of your channels are much larger than mine, and you probably have a backlog too. So anyway, I'm still learning. I'm still in a learning curve, so please accept my apologies for that, okay? Let's get into what I want to talk to you today. I'm going to be all over the board today. There's some days where I'm very concise and I know exactly what I want to say, and there's other days where there's just so much information, that I just want to get some stuff out and start sharing some stuff. So today, 9/28/2010, gold 1302, up $9 from yesterday. Silver 21.50, up 21 cents. And 30-year high for silver. Obviously I'm kind of liking that. I want to go over something. I know that I've mentioned the Fed before, and when I talk to people, and this just bears repeating, I think, when I talk to people, one of the first things that, now obviously I'm in the U.S., right, in California. All of them, I haven't met one person that doesn't study this stuff now, I got to be honest, that doesn't understand that we don't own the Fed. That it's not, we're one of the only, we may be the only country at this time on the planet that is as evolved as ours is, right, our country, that doesn't own its own Federal Reserve, or doesn't own the, what can I say, they don't operate in our best interest. In other words, why would you think that a company, it's a company, why would you think they would act in our best interest if they're not American? They're going to act in their best interest, correct? So whatever play they think they need to make, they're going to do it without regard to you and I. That is why, it was kind of touching last night. So I work with a lot of kids. Okay, so I'm a bouncer, as you all know, at an amusement park. So a lot of the kids there, I call them kids in their 20s. They've all had to have an earful of what I'm talking about: precious metals, the economy. I ask them when they're sitting there studying their calculus and their trig, what exactly are you going to do with that? Exactly. I mean, tell me exactly what you plan to do. Now, some of them have an answer. Some of them are going to be engineers and whatnot, but most of them don't. And so I find that disheartening. But so I had one kid talk to me last night. His name's Tyler. And he's like, tell me what's going on. So I popped in Mike Maloney on the little YouTube channel there at work, for him to watch in his little break room there. And I said, this is exactly what's happening. I understand most of it is over your head, but just take a listen. And so his eyes were pretty big. He's going to go down and buy some silver bullion today. At least that's what he says. Now, most of them flake. But I would say probably about 5% of the people that I talk to in person actually pull the trigger and go out and buy some bullion. And great for them. So, that's kind of a generalization of the Fed, but just understand, we don't own the Fed. They are not going to act in your best interest, so don't even think that. Price manipulation of paper versus physical. So let's think about that for a second. So if the paper blizzard out there is, say, 100 to 1 with in comparison to physical gold or silver, eventually there's going to be an accounting, correct? So what side of the play do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side of the paper, or do you want to be on the side of physical? If the physical is been so suppressed for so long, it's wound up like a. I'll give you an example. My family drove Cadillacs for a long time. We were just the classic Coupe de Villes and Sedan de Villes, and we drove them forever. Anyway, the bottom line is, I don't know if you've ever seen a front spring to one of those cars. The wire, the coil, I think is about 1.25 inches, or maybe even it's about 1.25 inches. In other words, and there's about 6 or 8 coils that holds the front suspension up. Well, I don't know if you understand, by them suppressing the price of gold and silver, it's just like taking one of those Cadillac springs and maybe going over a large bump or loading the car down, and it suppresses that spring. So let me explain something to you. I threw one off the roof of our house once when I was a kid, and it bounced like 3 times as high as the house, and I was so shocked. I never did that again, because those things weigh about 30 pounds. And luckily it didn't hit any of my friends. But what I'm saying is this: you've got that kind of pressure, that's nothing. I mean, imagine Mount St. Helen. So if you're on the right side of the play, if you're in the physical side versus the paper side, and there is a reckoning, there's an accounting, you're going to win. That's kind of cool, right? I don't know. That's a funny analogy. I still remember that to this day. It's great. Another thing, central banks all around the world, let's just use China and Japan, are manipulating their dollar to prop ours up. Holy crap, right? So let's think about this for a second. How long is the world going to do that? We've got, Bernanke, Helicopter Ben's, coming out and saying the other day that, he is going to absolutely cause inflation. He does not want to see a deflation. He wants to see inflation. And the bottom line is that means they're going to print us into oblivion. And these other countries thinking that they need us. One of the things that Peter Schiff says is we're not the engine of the world economy. We're the caboose. They don't need us. They don't need us to consume. You got to understand something. When China or Japan or another country sends us their stuff, right, they think they're getting paid. Well, think about this for a second. If I'm paying you in government bonds or some kind of a government instrument, and I'm collapsing the dollar that I'm supposed to be paying you in the future, what do you think the outcome's going to be? I got to be honest with you. I cannot believe, this is just one of those times in my life that I cannot believe the rest of the world has not woken up to this. I mean, the major players, are getting on the right side of the gold and silver play, I'm sure, and other commodities as well, to get prepared for what's getting ready to go down. It's just crazy. It boggles my mind. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Our debt is paying such low interest rates that why they hold it is beyond me, right? Why would you do that? If you could, say you're in Japan, you could get or China, and you could get better rate of return on your own currency rather than holding ours. I don't understand it. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot. I just want you guys to understand something. I don't want to come off like I know everything, and as you know, I don't. But I understand how to read. I understand how to hit, the play button on my damn computer, right? So that I can watch and learn. Why do they do it? And how long are they going to do it, right? I mean, the bottom line is eventually this stuff is going to stop. And whatever side of the play you're on is going to be the cards that you get dealt. I hope you're on the precious metals play. I just hope you are. Let's go over my son's business real quick, an update. Just real quick, he had a phenomenal first month, paid first month. He had a phenomenal second month. This is the second month, and it's already outpaced the first month by, I don't know, 60%. He's having a slow week, but it's okay because it gives him time to get more videos out and whatnot. SmallEngineAdviceForDummies.com. SmallEngineAdviceForDummies.com. The bottom line is this. I know that you guys have all mentioned that you wanted to get some information on exactly what I'm doing. So I'm running out of time here. Michael M at SureWest.net. Michael M at SureWest.net. For any of your questions on any of my YouTube stuff or on our websites, and I'll try to get your questions answered. Until next time, Morgan SLV out.